welcome back to another episode of The Greatest Show in the Galaxy, the show where I, the curator, discuss my personal favorite show of all time, personal favorite franchise of all time, Doctor Who. And today we are doing things slightly different. Normally we'd go classic for the first week, modern for the second week, and then expanded media for the third one, and then normally we try to wrap things up in a nice little neat little bow for the final week of each month. But due to some scheduling issues that I've asked for one of my regular frequent guests, we kind of had to shuffle things around. So we'll do the expanded media thing for the next week edition. And here to talk about what happened is the Snark in Space.
Hello.
How are you doing? So, yeah, we were gonna do the 8th Doctor series on Big Finish season finales, but I kind of asked Snark to listen to them on a bit of a short notice, and he hasn't listened to them all yet. Have you?
There's a lot. There's 32.
Yeah, I mean,
There's 32.
admittedly, this was a very short notice. I apologize, but
This one. I'm getting through.
All right, what?
I could say, a little spoiler alert, Lucy Miller is a little much.
That is an understatement, in my opinion.
A little much.
But have you at least? Which episode are you on?
I'm past Phobos. I am. We can find out exactly here.
So, but you're
I'm
not on.
No More Lies is the one I'm on.
That's a good one. But you're not on the season finales just yet, I assume.
No,
the first one I did.
Which one is
First one's Human Resources.
No, that's in two more. That's in two
All right,
more.
cool. So you know what? Take your time. And someone who also likes to take his time, the wonderful Soda. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, man. What do you mean take his time?
Oh, just you're a very laid back person.
Wow.
Oh, okay, gotcha. I was like, I couldn't be late for something we don't have a set time for.
Yeah,
That's true.
and also every time we have a show together, you tend to talk a lot, and then I tend to talk a lot, and then so the shows end up being 2.5 hours long.
That is true. I plead
Now,
the fifth.
something that definitely might take 2 hours is getting through the birthday section, because oh boy, there are a lot of people, and that's after I filtered them out a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, it's almost as if there was some special day 9 months ago where a lot of people decided to make babies all of a sudden.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now it finally landed.
I had to do some backtracking there. Oh yeah, definitely.
Attaboy.
Now I'm gonna start off by correcting an oopsie from last week, because the first two guys, we actually already celebrated their birthday last week, when we actually should have been celebrating them this week. We are going from the 14th of November to the 20th, and on the 14th of November, which we celebrated last week, which would have been perfectly fitting if we had stuck around with the original plan for this week's episode, but it's a Paul McGann.
Oh,
Hey.
So if we had gone the Paul McGann series, this would have been nice.
Yeah.
And also on the 14th, we have Russell Tovey, who of course played Midshipman Alonzo Frame in the Voyage of the Damned, and he reappeared as the character in the Big Finish Lives of Captain Jack series, and also The End of Time, and he also narrated a couple of things for the Doctor. So yeah.
Oh, and fun fact, he went on to have a role in the Arrowverse as the.
Oh yeah, that's right. As what's his
The Ray.
name? The Ray, yeah.
Yep.
He was in a gay relationship with Wentworth Miller's character.
Yep. Crisis on
Snart.
Crisis on Earth X. Yeah.
Yeah, Snart.
Mm-hmm.
I wish we got to see more of those two together on the Arrowverse.
A lot
You know
of
what?
good, yeah.
So on the 16th, we have Mr. Mark Benton. Do either of you recognize this guy?
Yes, he plays the conspiracy guy in Rose.
Yep, exactly.
Wow.
And you know what? He actually reprises that role on Big Finish in the Rose Tyler The Dimension Canon series.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So it's that character, but in the other dimension.
And other dimensions, yes.
I like that.
Also, if you ever get a chance to read or listen to the novelization of the episode Rose, they did something interesting with his character's backstory that blew my mind. Okay? So, a little bit of recommendation there for
Okay.
you and the audience. Also on the 16th, we have Alexa Havings. I apologize if I'm mispronouncing the name. She played the character of Esther Drummond in the final season of Torchwood on TV. That is also known as the season we do not talk about. But she was a big prominent figure in that season overall. Now on the 17th, this is pretty interesting. We have Tom Ellis, Lucifer Morningstar.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, in one episode, the sound of drums, and kind of reappears at the very end. He was Martha's kind of boyfriend, but kind of fiance, which she then dumped for Mickey for some reason. But whatever.
Because the two black people have to marry each other.
Yeah, that was such a stupid decision.
See, before I heard you point it out, I always accepted it as basically maybe they got together because of their mutual experiences, But then, you pointed out, and it's like, it makes no fucking sense.
Or just because Russell T really likes the Smith and Jones aspect of it. So who knows?
Yeah, maybe.
Also on the 17th, Mr. Trevor Martin, who played several characters on Big Finish and on Doctor Who, but he also most notably played the Doctor on stage in the infamous Doctor Who and the Daleks in Seven Keys to Doomsday, and just the Seven Keys to Doomsday on Big Finish, the remake. And I think he was also in the Ultimate Adventure, or maybe that was a different Doctor. I can't remember, but yeah. So he kind of played a version of the Doctor, so that's something.
There you go.
On the 18th, we have someone who was very much involved with some of the episodes we're going to talk about today. Stephen Moffat.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think the name pretty much speaks for itself, right?
Mm-hmm.
Also, great comedy writer. One of my favorite BBC sitcoms of all time is the show Coupling.
Coupling's good.
Coupling's great.
I'd also like to just give a quick note of appreciation to that haircut. Just keeping it high and tight, guys.
Yep.
Keeping it high and tight.
Oh, and his other creation, Sherlock.
Sure, of course.
I was going to bring that one up, Soda, but thank you for stealing my thunder.
Always.
Ooh.
And of course, he also wrote the iconic Doctor Who and the Curse of Fatal Death.
Yep.
Also on the 18th, the late, great Trevor Baxter, who of course played the character of Professor George Lightfoot on one of the episodes we're going to talk about today, The Talons of Weng-Chiang, but he then also reprised that role so many different times on Big Finish, on the Jago and Lightfoot series and other appearances of that character. And sadly, the only reason they stopped making the Jago and Lightfoot series is because he passed away, which still
Makes sense.
Still leaves a hole in Christopher Benjamin's heart. And also on the 18th, speaking of Big Finish, we have Miss Miranda Raisin. You might not recognize her, but she played the character Tallulah in Daleks in Manhattan and Evolution of the Daleks.
Yes. I'm like, that chin is familiar.
Yes, but
I've seen her on other things.
But she played definitely more than a dozen characters on Big Finish, including the Sixth Doctor's companion, Constance Clark, on well over a dozen episodes. So yeah,
Cool.
No relation.
Yeah.
yeah, of course.
hmm
Uh, and on the 19th, we have Catherine Kelly, who played the character of Miss Quill in the sadly ill-fated Doctor Who spin-off show Class, which of course she then reprised the role on Big Finish. But yeah, she's definitely the stand-up character from that show. Also on the 19th, we have Mr. Mark Boner.
That's
Boner.
Boner. He of course, as seen in this image, he played the character of Jimmy in The Rebel Flesh and the Almost People, among other things that he did in Big Finish.
Jimmy
He
is
also
Jimmy
What?
is the main is the first one like this we see, correct?
I think he's the last one that makes it out alive
Okay.
and meets his son.
Okay.
But on Big Finish, he also played the iconic character the 11.
Mm.
I mean, the 11, the character is the master on steroids.
Ooh.
Gallifreyan steroids. If you don't believe me, try listening to one of his stories. All right. On the
Boner.
19th, the man, the myth, the still living legend, William Russell,
Mhm.
99 years young,
Well,
first male companion, Ian Chesterton, recently reappeared in The Power of the Doctor and broke a Guinness World Record
Yep.
in the process.
And who's his son?
Alfred Enoch, also known as Dean Thomas from the Harry Potter movies.
ooh,
On the 20th, another legend, not so living anymore, but Miss Jacqueline Pierce, who of course played a character called Chesney. It's been a while since the episode in The Two Doctors, but she played a number of other characters on Big Finish as well, including Cardinal Alistra, the sort of companion, sort of antagonist to the War Doctor in the War Doctor series featuring John Hurt on Big Finish. And lastly, rounding out this incredibly long list of people, also on the 20th, we have Mr. Bernard Horsfall. Sorry, I'll say it again. Bernard Horsfall. He, of course, played the character of Goth in The Deadly Assassin.
Yep.
mhm.
And retroactively, that kind of means he also played the Time Lord from the War Games. He played a Thal character in Planet of the Daleks, and he also played none other than Lemuel Gulliver in The Mind Robber. And he also played a character in the Davros Big Finish series. I'm just noticing. But yeah, so really ridiculously long list of people we had today. Thank you all. We quite literally could not do this without you. And oh boy, we actually managed to keep that under 15 minutes. I'm actually
There
a
you go.
little bit proud of myself.
Happy
But
Valentine's Day, everybody.
Yeah. Mazel tov.
yeah, 9 years belated.
9 months.
9 months, sorry. So why do you say we get down to the main topic? Right?
Sure. Let's get to ranking.
And the main topic, of course, as you just alluded to, is ranking. We're going to rank all the season finales for Doctor Who, which I guess is fitting because we can do this before we jump into the 8th Doctor Big Finish ones, because since Snark hasn't listened to them all, we can't really rank them. And this is why I wanted the two of you here, because first episode, which hopefully by the time you finish this is properly uploaded to YouTube this time around.
It's
No
successfully
idea what
downloaded my computer again. So yeah, let's go.
Cool. Still no idea what happened there for the first week. So we apologize here, all of us in the Northern Entertainment Group YouTube channel. But yeah, so Snark and I talked about what?
Before, I just want to ask if do you need a hand with this, because I know you're running it on your own. Do you want me to bring up? Do you need a hand bringing up the overlays, and then you just focus on the tier?
Yeah, we could.
Okay, just because I want to make it easier for you.
Yeah, and I also made it easier. I only had one picture for each season finale
Okay,
this time.
then yeah, I'll do that. That way you only focus on the tier thing. Okay.
Cool. So as I started to
Sorry.
mention, me and Snark, we talked about the classic series season finales, and me and Soda talked about the modern series season finales. So that's why I got both of you here to help me
Sure.
out here. So I'm not here on all on my own.
Yep.
Now, Mr. Soda, if you would do us the honor of showing us the first image. So, the Reign of Terror. I'm assuming you still haven't seen this one, Snark, right?
Nope, still haven't seen it.
Yeah. But, you know, do you even remember what we talked about in the episode? 'Cause,
Sure, it was Robespierre and stuff like that. Oh yeah.
yeah, Robespierre, Napoleon.
Mm-hmm.
Napoleon's really the only exciting thing about the episode, and he only shows up at the end.
Yes, I do remember you weren't as big a fan as you hoped you would of this episode.
Yeah, it's such a disappointing ending to such a stellar season,
Yeah.
first season. So I'd say put it at the bottom.
Sure. Not off to a bad start here, guys. Off to not a great start.
Yeah, but it'll get better. It'll get better.
Guys, it's gonna get better. Can't get any worse.
Yeah, that's true.
I think one or two might be worse. But
Yeah, I was gonna say,
we'll get-
but
we'll get
maybe
to
I'll
those
maybe I'll
individuals.
hold off on that statement.
Yeah, maybe spoke too soon.
Yep, that's
Uh,
true.
Next one, Soda. So the Time Meddler with the meddling monk, of
Mhm.
course. Now the episode itself is pretty so and so, but the meddling monk's character is just—it's such a great character, such a great introduction, and even in this scene that this screenshot is taken from, it's such a funny moment, and not the best introduction to one of my least favorite companions, especially from that era, but whatever. So yeah, the episode itself is kind of so and so, but yeah, it's got one of my favorite classic characters in it. So I'd say top B, bottom A. Well, oh yeah, but by the way, we forgot to mention the tiers. So yeah,
Sure.
for those of you've already noticed, the A tier, of course, is the end has been prepared for. The Fourth Doctor's final line in Logopolis. The next one is just the greatest show in the galaxy, literally the name of one of the episodes. Then we've got the B tier as the face of Bo, they called me, which is the reveal from Captain Jack in Last of the Time Lords. And of course, the D/F tier is not in the name of the Doctor, which of course is the final line spoken in the episode, The Name of the Doctor. So yeah, probably should have started with that,
Eh,
but whatever. Wibbly wobbly timey wimey.
bah.
So the Time Meddler.
Yeah, I think if you like it at the top of B, like in the greatest show of the galaxy, I think that's a good spot for it.
No, that's the A. That's A.
Oh, sorry, you think of the face of Bo? I don't know if you should go that low.
I said top of B, bottom
Yeah.
of A.
Let's put it in A. Put it in A.
Yeah, let's put it in A. So
Great.
hold on, let me just scroll to the thing.
It can be pushed back if it needs to be, or when.
Yeah,
it
sure,
needs to be.
sure. There's definitely gonna be stuff that's better than this.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
for example, the War Machines. I love this one so much.
Yeah.
Great introduction to two underrated companions. Anticlimactic departure for a terrible companion, but who cares? Just look at this.
Yep.
Look at this.
What's my favorite part about Doctor Who 50?
How
Crazy,
goofy everything looks.
crazy machines and cheap looking monsters. So yeah, I think it's amazing.
Yeah, and I
Like
highly
it's numbered. It's numbered. It has no need to be numbered, but there's a number on it.
There's no reason for it to be numbered, but it is.
Yep.
And if you watch the episode, it's like the main brainwashing computer thing is like, Doctor,
Yeah.
Bring him here. Yeah,
Those
all
guys
the
had a
things
lot of
you're
work.
gonna love about an episode, and then some.
Hmm.
And the fact that it's calling him Doctor Who for no reason.
Yep.
So
Well, now, is
I,
this, could you consider this an S tier season finale? I could.
I
I could be
can.
tempted.
I do.
Hmm.
I do. I do. If for no other reason than for the fact that this episode proves unequivocally, without a shadow of a doubt, that bow ties are cool because everyone
Wow.
wears one in this episode.
I guess so. The style at the time. It's like a potato on your belt.
Yeah. What? So the evil of the Daleks, not to be confused with the power of the Daleks. I mean, half of the episode, actually more than half the episode is missing.
Yeah.
So that sucks. It introduces the Dalek Emperor, which is great, but he doesn't really do all that much.
Nope.
But he's very threatening. He's got a very threatening presence. But, I mean, there's a lot of inconsistencies and plot holes with this episode. Kind of feels like they took two different episodes and meshed them together sometimes. And the Doctor does some questionable things to Jamie in this episode. So,
Right.
you know, so it's nice to be back on Skaro, but it's nice the Doctor's intelligence really shines.
I think you can tell this is not going to be an S tier or even an A tier
Yeah.
episode. Now, the problem is, do we decide that it is worthy of the bottom, or do we give it a break?
I think it's got enough good points in it to put it to get it away from the bottom.
Yeah. Yeah, and it has Daleks. So what are you gonna do?
Well, yeah, of course.
Mhm.
Daleks always elevate the episodes.
Yes.
So
All right. They call me. Or say the face of boat. They call me.
basically, they call me.
Yes.
And look at that. We got one in every tier.
Huh.
So all the tiers are equal now.
A mixed bag to start the series when it comes to season finale.
Yep, but it's Doctor Who, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Okay, so the first season without William Hartnell in it,
Mhm.
The Wheel in Space.
Yep.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's really good.
Did you see this one, Snark, or did you miss it?
Yeah, of
because it's
course.
missing?
We did an entire thing about Cybermen. Like, not only.
Yeah, but I mean, a couple of its episodes are missing, so I figured they
Nope.
would have removed it from the thing.
Nope. They add animation.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Oh, that reminds me, Snark. Did you see that it's available on Tubi up here now?
What,
Classic
Doctor Who?
Classic Who, yeah.
Oh, I'm going to cancel my Brit thing then and just watch it on
Yeah,
TV.
and they got the animated ones in there as well. I was just telling 50 about this. And Amazon Prime has new up till Whitaker.
Wow. Oh, okay. Great.
Didn't you say it has without Whitaker?
So,
Yeah, for some reason Whitaker is the only one that's not on there.
so our Disney stuff, when it starts out with the new stuff on Disney, I don't know what if they're gonna have like all the new stuff here.
It's only going to
Canada as
be
well, then.
from this episode on. They're not going to
Oh,
have
is it?
Yeah,
Okay.
it sucks.
Ah, well, we'll have to just go to a few different places. I already have those things. So yeah,
Yeah.
I have to pay a little less money now, and I can watch all the Doctor Who I want. I'm fine with it. I'll have to deal with it.
So it's kind of like
Commercial
so it's
every
kind of
once
like
in a
all of classic Who on one service. You've got all of modern Who minus Whitaker on another one. It's got all the
Yeah.
new ones on a third one.
Yeah.
But the only one that's left out, two that are left out are Whitaker and McGann.
Yeah.
Right.
The movie,
Yeah.
the movie is an
Yeah.
interesting one.
It's
I had to
Really.
jump through. I had to jump through. some
Doc-
to see it.
Doctor. Seriously, guys, no joke. Doctor Who creative rights issues is crazier than Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
Can we just agree on that?
Yeah.
It's like the BBC owns the Doctor and the TARDIS, and like every single writer owns the rights to any other monster, and no one can use it. It's weird.
I still have to watch those two movies.
Yeah.
Okay, just checked. Just checked. McGann is not on Tubi. The end at
What I tell you?
Mr. McCoy.
And so, what are we doing with the wheel in space? Mind you.
It's not S tier, but I would consider it an A tier one. I would consider it the greatest show in the galaxy.
I don't know. So we kind of have our first conflict.
Yeah. Okay. Why do you think it's not as great? Why do you think that should be face of both?
Because I mean, this is the third time we see the repeated format with the Cybermen. Like, so 10th Planet, which sadly is not a season finale, but 10th Planet was great.
Mm-hmm.
But it set up a sort of formula that was replicated in the moon base and replicated again with this one. Like, 4 Cybermen initially. How are we going to stop 4 Cybermen? 4 Cybermen are a lot. The Doctor stops them, and it's like, oh no, there's 1,000 Cybermen coming. So this is the third time they're doing this. And I like that the previous Cybermen episode, 2 of the Cybermen did something different. But then this one just goes back to the same old thing.
And they changed the Cybermen outfits again.
Yes, but we now know why they changed the Cybermen outfits, right?
Yeah.
We know why they added that stupid hole.
Get them to breathe.
So they can breathe.
Okay, so let's put it at the top of Face of Both then.
I'm fine with this. I'm cool.
All right.
The War Games. Now this is an S. This is an S. 10 episode serial. You got wars from every single era of planet Earth, minus World War II. You got the Time Lords introduced for the first time. The trial on Gallifrey. The Doctor was being forced to regenerate. The tragic departure of Jamie and Zoe. And so much more. This episode is...
Fuck them.
Yeah,
wow. I've seen that. I have seen that departure. Fuck them.
Fuck the Time Lords. But yeah, so this is an S
time traveling Noel Gallagher.
What?
So it's got time traveling Noel Gallagher.
Oh, because I remember you made that joke. So it's
not a joke.
This goes on S.
Sure. Yep.
And I think it's gonna stay there for a while. This is. It might not be my favorite, but it's one of my favorites. I think it's my favorite Regeneration episode.
Why did you say not World War II? Like, because why did you?
Because they stopped at World War I for some reason.
Okay, I thought there was a known reason or something.
I don't think they ever gave a reason. I guess World War II was too recent.
Yeah, maybe.
Like there was, you could still see the damage in London streets from the Blitz 20 years later. So now we jump into the world of color, right? And now we're also getting into some of the good ones. Inferno. So parallel worlds, evil fascist unit, the brigadier with an eye patch.
And
no mustache.
And no mustache.
Great
There's
mustache.
a mutation happening. And they drilled into the center of the earth and destroyed it. And one of the episodes ends with all of planet Earth literally burning and lava is entering the room. Like this is an S tier. I think a lot of the John Pertwee era ones are gonna be an S.
Yeah.
But this one really takes the cake.
That sounds like that was that must have been an expensive episode to make.
Yep.
Yeah. Probably cost about $35.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah, by comparison. And I just noticed that one of my Pertwee ones, I forgot to upload the pictures. So
oh boy.
On there or on here?
Yeah, it's going to be hard for me to move away from Pertwee episodes not being S tier, but we'll see.
And Pertwee's one of the best eras of Doctor Who.
That
Just
whole
the
season with
unit,
when the Master's introduced is so good.
And this episode's an S, and we haven't even gotten to the Master yet.
Almost.
Soda, why don't you put up the next one while I look for the thing? Okay, now I think I read it. So
He's so
yeah,
good. He's so good.
the daemons, the
Mhm.
demons, whatever you want to call it. So Snark, you want to take the reins on this one?
Hard to remember exactly what's going on, but yeah, you got Joe Grant, you got the Master, and you got the Doctor. What else you want? It's a uh, I guess it's an I don't know if it's a almost a satanical kind of society again, which is something that seems to show up for the Doctor for some reason. And yeah, they got to beat the Master again. And guess what? They don't. I'm just kidding. Of course they do. What are you talking about? But what do you want from them? It's the first series or season finale with the Master, and it's fantastic. So yeah,
Wow,
that's
really?
an S tier.
That's all you got?
That's all I can think of at the top of my head.
Not
mean,
everyone can wax poetic.
Yeah,
like-
you're the one you are the curator who has all the knowledge in his head.
Yeah, so you kind of left out the part with where the Master is basically a satanic cult leader that summons an actual devil-like
Oh,
being.
I said it's about
And-
the Satan. He's fighting Satanists again.
Yeah, and they trap the whole village in a heat
Yeah.
barrier that no one can get through. They
Mhm.
steal the Brigadier's helicopter. The powerful wizard Quad. There's Bach, the stupid statue character that just
Yeah.
and people disintegrate. It's great. It introduces the iconic line, "Chap with wings, five rounds rapid." I mean, this is great. I
Mhm.
honestly, we might have the Pertwee era episodes might even have to fight each other for supremacy over the the top tier because all of them are S.
Mhm.
I don't know what to tell you. All of John Pertwee era episodes, well, almost all of them are S tier. If you were to do a John Pertwee era tier list, it would be the toughest tier list of all time because all of them are S tier.
Yep.
So
He was the best one. The best one.
What?
I said he was the best one. If you ask me, my favorite for sure.
I'm not my personal best one, but one of. He's in my top
Okay.
5.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he's my number 4.
Wow.
He's my number 4 favorite.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so where are we putting this?
Top.
Well, yeah, but before Inferno or
Ooh.
behind Inferno?
I don't know. I'd put it in front of
How
Inferno.
about decide that at the end? For like which one will
No, screw it. We're doing it now.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
do it now.
You know what?
Put it
You
in
know
front.
what, Narc? You know what, Narc? It's
Yeah.
got the Master in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's got to be at the top for now.
And it's a great season. That entire season's so good.
Yeah, the season of the Master,
Mm-hmm.
and it only gets better with the Time Monster. Yeah, so we got wibbly wobbly timey wimey stuff. We got Atlantis. We've got David Prowse as a Minotaur for all of 2 seconds. The Master becomes the king of Atlantis for a bit, and a Chronovore in the form of Kronos. It's like just a random guy in a bird suit, but he's powerful, or she's powerful. You see in the episode. And of course, once again, just like the Daemons, Jo sacrifices herself to save the Doctor, and she saves the universe. And the Master gets away again.
Jeez.
First of all, let's just put this out of the way first. Terrible TARDIS interior design.
Yeah, you don't like it at all.
Garbage with the stupid salad bowls, but it's got the cool scene of the Doctor's TARDIS inside the Master's TARDIS and the Master's TARDIS inside the Doctor's TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think this goes below Inferno.
Yeah.
Like it's not Inferno level good.
No. There's a lot of cheese to it, which is also something I like. Yeah, but yeah,
Actually, you
it
know
can go
what?
below Inferno.
You know what? Now that I'm looking at this tier list, I think this might even go below War Games. What do you think? Because the War Games is really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
War.
Yeah. All right.
I mean, it's
I-
it's
I-
it's it's
I'm
10
happy. Yeah,
episodes.
I'm happy with it. Yeah.
Cool.
And there's just so much at the end. Yeah, I get it. Sure.
Moving on to the Green Death with the boss seen in this picture.
Hmm.
The boss.
The boss.
That's his name.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's
Bruce
a-
Springsteen.
Yeah, no kidding.
not
That's
that
pretty
boss.
wonderful.
Hold on, I forgot the acronym. So, but Snark, you've seen this, right? So,
This is the one with all the maggots, right?
yep, the giant ugly maggots, and they go underground, and there's some weird green effect.
Yeah, and they're trying to take over the computers or something like that.
Strange.
Yeah,
That's back when the computers were the size of a house and had as much processing power as a
Yeah.
Atari 64.
so hold on.
So you're saying back in the good old days.
What?
So back in the good old days.
Yeah.
Biomorphic Organizational System Supervisor. The boss.
Ooh. Yeah.
Get it?
boss.
Okay.
That's the acronym.
Acronym.
I like the boss's voice, and basically, I just like the idea of a computer losing his shit for
Mhm.
at some point. Of course, the doctor dresses up as a cleaning lady at one point, and Yates is undercover, and this episode, of course, sets up. What?
I need
You'll be about to say something.
picture of that.
What?
Hey, I need to see a picture of that.
I'll look it up for you. So, but yeah, this episode also sets up Invasion of the Dinosaurs in a way.
Mhm.
But overall, it's not too great. It's got the heartbreaking departure with Joe.
Yeah.
It's kind of a happy ending, but still, Joe's leaving. But in a way, this also sets up what's his face, the next season finale we're going to talk about.
Mm.
Yeah, this episode really does sets up a lot of things, but I just think the first 2 episodes of the serial are kind of pointless.
I don't think this deserves to be S tier. Honestly, I'd be happy with it in the greatest show in the galaxy tier.
Me too.
It is certainly of Pertwee's. It's not the best one.
It's but it's still off that Pertwee level caliber.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
Yeah,
Soda,
the top of the greatest show in the galaxy tier isn't
Yeah.
too shabby.
not too shabby at all. So Soda.
Yeah, not everything can be perfect. Yes. Oh,
There he is talking to David Letterman.
that's exactly how I envisioned it.
And I just love Yates is going, I like your handbag, doctor. And the doctor's like, well, be careful, I don't smack you with it.
Mhm.
That's awesome. You know, I'm surprised they never went that way at any point during the early days of New Who.
Like what?
Like have the Doctor do something like that again.
I mean, here you are. But if Pertwee was the perfect doctor to do some stuff like that with.
Are you freaking kidding me? Tennant would have killed it.
Oh, you're talking about the modern Who?
Yeah, the modern Who.
Oh, I thought you meant the classic.
No. I'm saying like that's. I'm surprised that's something that just never happened in the New Who, especially the early days.
Well, to each their own, doctor, I guess. To each doctor their own.
Like I said, Tennant would have fucking killed it.
Oh yeah, sure.
Or at the very least, send in Captain Jack because we know fucking Barrowman does it in real life too.
Yeah. So, final Pertwee episode,
Yeah.
Planet of the Spiders. It's another one of those so-and-so episodes that got some great moments in it. Right?
Yeah. It has some moments that are best not, discussed too much.
Well, yes, some moments best not discussed at all.
Mhm.
Wow.
But then again, you have moments like this.
Go. I command you, go.
I have come to give you the power you seek.
Power?
Power?
Huh.
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Huh.
And then he turns around and he just throw the spider on his back.
The
Mhm.
spider.
This
I was
is
expecting way bigger.
that's classic Doctor Who acting at its finest.
Classic
And
Doctor Who monsters, a
I
classic
was
Doctor Who
expecting it to
voice
be
for a
bigger.
monster.
Yeah,
Oh my
classic Doctor Who plastic spiders.
Yeah.
This episode's got it all.
Yeah,
Mhm.
totally was expecting that spider to be bigger.
Oh, you want bigger? Watch the freaking episode. There's a massive one at the end.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, good.
And it's got one of the greatest villain speeches of all time. I am complete. Bow down before me, planets. Bow down, stars. Bow down, all galaxies, and worship me, the great and powerful me. I hurt. Oh, help me. My brain is burned on fire.
Jesus.
Everybody, his one-man shows on tour
Yep.
this spring. Come see 50 as Doctor Who's greatest villains live on stage.
Yep.
As the giant spider, also known as the Great One.
Yeah.
All praise to the Great One. So, and it's really got a really good regeneration scene at the end. So
I think it's the
really,
regeneration
this
scene that
episode
kind
has
of
it all, including the stuff you don't want. So
people borrow from, right? Yeah, and of course, the last Pertwee episode, the first time you see Tom Baker, I guess you could say as well. I really enjoy the episode for what it is, or the episodes. So it's like I think is this a 4-parter or a 6-parter? I think it's a 6-parter, right?
I'm pretty sure it's a 6-parter. Yes.
Yeah.
So like they handle like a pattern with the third Doctor, like 3 4-parters and 2 6-parters, and then with the fourth Doctor they changed it to 4 4-parters and 1 6-parter, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, where are we putting this?
Do I like this one even as much as the Time Monster? I don't think so. But this might be another A level one for me. Maybe at the back of Esther. What do you think?
I'm with you.
Yeah,
Like top of A, bottom of S.
exactly.
So where are we putting this? Where's
Let's
the
put it at top of A. Let's put it at top of A.
Okay, cool.
If we have to think about it, it's probably just shy of S tier.
Yeah, it's probably not an S.
Yeah, that's actually pretty good point. If you have to think about it, it shouldn't really be an S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Moving on to Revenge of the Cybermen.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the Cybermen's been on hiatus for a couple of years, and this is what they were building up to.
It was in the 70s.
Yeah, Lego Cybermen.
Lego Cybermen, another racist yellow-faced species
Not
Oh,
great.
God. Really?
that, with the stupid masks, the rubber masks,
Yeah.
and the symbol that I guess the production team loved so much that they just retroactively made it the Seal of Gallifrey,
Right.
hoping people forget this episode existed. And again, just like the Reign of Terror, it's such a letdown of an episode to such a stellar season. So I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
I think-
we know where it's not going to go. I think
Sure. Yeah, and I just compared it to Reign of Terror, so I think we know where this is gonna go.
Yeah, I think you do.
And I think it should just be just above Reign of Terror, because again, it's got Cybermen in it, it's got Sarah Jane
Yep.
Mhm.
in it, And of course, it's got this in it.
Harry Sullivan is an imbecile!
Yep.
So that scene alone is enough to put it above the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so the Seeds of Doom, not to be confused with the Seeds of Death, which a lot of people do apparently. It's fine. I mean, it starts out like the Thing, but
Really?
yeah, like mysterious creature from outer space in an enclosed space and slowly killing people one by one, and then it just transforms into no pun intended. It just transforms into this eco-friendly message of like don't kill plants or whatever. Plants are gonna rule the world.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So it
it's
was
a
woke.
thing. What?
It was woke.
Yeah, it's a Greta episode. It's fine. It's fine.
Okay. It's okay.
Cool monster design. Funny moments with Baker and Sarah Jane, but
Mhm.
not much.
No, it's not bottom tier.
Yeah, it's I think it's the definition of B tier.
Yeah,
But
think
where in B tier, I'm not sure.
let's put it at the end.
Yeah.
I think that's about right for it.
Okay. This is probably the most controversial one we're going to talk about today. The Talons of Wang Chiang.
Hmm.
Okay, so it's a great episode that just happens to have some racist stuff in it. But
Couldn't get
they
away
weren't
from.
trying to be racists at the time. It felt right at the time. Now it wasn't then, it isn't now, but and I can't believe I'm gonna quote Frenchie on this. You
Oof.
gotta judge it by the standards of what it was back then, not the
Rich
standards
is
of what it is.
100% right.
Mhm.
What?
He's 100% right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So again, if you ignore the makeup on Lee Sang Chang and Magnus Greel and just ignore the entire appearance of Mr. Sin, it's a great episode. It sets up two great characters, Jago and Lightfoot. It's got, well, I suppose another negative of it is the giant rats, but they fixed it
Giant rat.
in the re-release. It's got some great scenes with Leela. And, it's the Doctor being Sherlock Holmes before it was cool for the Doctor to be Sherlock Holmes. So it's great. And it also sets up the idea of this sub-universe in Doctor Who of just the Victorian era London. So, yeah.
So it sounds like it's a good script, is what you're saying.
It's been what?
It's a good script, is what you're saying.
It's a great script. It's Robert Holmes script. If you ignore the makeup.
Yeah.
But even if you don't ignore the makeup, it's the makeup for Magnus Greel is kind of legendary makeup for the time. So with the half melted face. So I think this is an S, but because of the racist stuff, it's got to be at the bottom of S.
Okay. Yeah, I can agree with that.
All right.
A great episode for its time.
Yep, and I will say it is better than some of these other ones,
But
it's got some negatives to it, some obvious negatives to it.
right.
So the Invasion of Time. Remember this episode, Snark?
I believe I do. Yes.
And that's when the Doctor becomes president
Mm-hmm.
for a bit. And then there's that invasion of Gallifrey, and there's that Ryko hates this, but there's that scene where they go into the
So and also K9's in this one.
K9's in this one.
And he what does he do? He takes out of Gallifrey's defenses. Is that right?
Yeah, I think it's that one.
Okay.
There's that. This is the one with the
It's in the serial, anyways. In the serial, maybe not the final episode, but the serial.
yeah, probably not the final episode, but
Mhm.
the Vardens. I can't remember if it's the Vardens or the Vargans. Too many similar sounding races for Doctor Who. But
Yeah.
they show up. These people wearing aluminum foil show up,
Yes.
and this was all just a setup. Spoilers for a Sontaran invasion of Gallifrey.
Yep. The big toes are coming to get you.
Yeah,
Woohoo!
Sontaha. And then there's an episode where they spend like an endless amount of time wandering inside the TARDIS for no reason. And you get to find out all the rooms inside the TARDIS. You go into the sick bay, the art gallery, the swimming pool.
Yeah.
There's the area where it's very clear they shot it at the same building, but they just shot the same several different scenes in the same location.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this. They get lost, and the Doctor's like, how could we be lost? Hold on, I gotta do this.
Oh boy.
The Doctor's like, how could I possibly be lost? I know the stars like the back of my hand. And then Leela goes and does this. Did you not get it?
Nope.
Like, I know the TARDIS like the back of my hand.
Yeah. No, I got it. It's pretty freaking hilarious.
You weren't responding, so I didn't know what to do.
I was muted because I was eating the Cheeto at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Got a face full of Cheeto right now. 50.
Cheeto face.
Oh my god. Oh, cheesy's even better. That's more Canadian. That's more on brand.
Yeah, he
very
had
much
to show us proof of concept. So I think it's an S. I think it's a metal S.
Yeah, I really like it. So yeah, I think it's so far.
I think it's better than the Time
favorite.
Monster.
Yeah, of course.
Right smack down the middle.
Yep. Sure.
So the Armageddon Factor, the end of the Key to Time saga.
Mm-hmm.
And look at that, we got two Romanas.
Two Romanas.
Two Romanas. With the half completed Key to Time in the middle, with the fake piece. And yeah, so we've got the Black Guardian. This is a Star Trek-y episode.
Mm-hmm.
K9 has some good moments in it. We find the Doctor's old pal from the Academy. We learn the Doctor's nickname from the Academy, Theta Sigma.
There you go.
But there's not much to this episode. I mean, it's not another one of those disappointing endings to a stellar season. It wasn't a very stellar season to begin with, but
Right.
it's an ending. It's a finale.
It ended. Yep.
There's definitely an end there. So
I don't want to put too many K9 episodes too far down.
I mean, we only got two K9 episodes already, and one of them's an S.
Yeah, that's why I just don't want to. I don't think it should be on. I don't think it's a Face of Bo quality one. Maybe put it at the end of Greatest Show in the Galaxy.
I think it's kind of the definition of Face of Bo.
Wow. Okay.
Again, I don't want
well, if I was saying at the end of Greatest Show, then why don't you put it at the beginning of Face of Bo?
All right, cool. Yep. I kind of like the idea of the Time Meddler being the last of the Greatest Show in the Galaxy.
Wow. All right.
So the infamous missing episode Shada.
Yes,
Rather, not the
I have not seen it.
unproduced episode Shada. Did you see this in any of its versions?
No.
Because it's fine.
Yeah.
And still not sure why. Well, I guess we'll never know, but there was some disputes. That's why they stopped filming it while they were making it. But I mean, scenes of it were used in the Five Doctors, so that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
This is this is the Douglas Adams episode, correct?
Shut up. I don't know, because Douglas Adams wrote several episodes under a pseudonym, so it might be, but I love.
It is. I just looked it up. I just looked it up. It is.
Cool.
It
Cool,
isn't.
cool, cool. Love Romana's outfit in this episode. Unfortunately, this is where K9's voice changed. I mean, they explained it as him having laryngitis.
Oh,
to
he had
explain
puberty.
why they switched the actor for just that one season. But yeah, there's some cool stuff in it. There's a cool concept for a TARDIS, a Time Lord supervillain from the old days, and a Time Lord Supermax prison. But yeah, again, it's partially incomplete. And as of this moment, I still have yet to see the animated version. I did see and listen to the Big Finish attempt with the Eighth Doctor, but it's a fine episode, I guess.
You're the one who's gonna have to put the thing in there because I have not been able to see it.
Cool.
Where do you think?
So, I think it's here.
Okay.
Cool.
Logopolis.
Yes, you did see Logopolis, right?
Of course. Yes, of course.
Yeah. Now, obviously, it's got to follow up this.
A
A
new
new body at last.
A new body at last.
A new body at last.
Oh my gosh.
So it's got to
For the
follow up.
longest, for the longest time, I thought that was actually the voice in the clip until I saw it one day.
Yeah,
Oh,
close
cool.
enough.
But I mean, as a season finale, as a Doctor finale, as a
Mhm.
regeneration episode, I think it does a good job.
Yep.
I mean, it's literally the name of the S tier, and it's got some cool
Yeah.
concepts in it, like the Watcher and
You're right.
Logopolis itself. It's a really good debut for Anthony Ainley's Master, I guess, and a great introduction of Tegan.
Yeah, Tegan. Yeah, I like that bit. Sure. They're
And there's the
broken
bit
down
in
on
the
side of
beginning
road.
where she just goes into a TARDIS inside a TARDIS inside a TARDIS inside a TARDIS.
Mm-hmm.
And you remember, this episode kind of starts with the Doctor trying to fix the chameleon circuit. And we actually get to see the room of the chameleon circuit, which is pretty cool.
Oh, I didn't really did that.
And we get to
So-
see Nissa hanging around with the zombified corpse of her father for a while.
Yeah.
Which is fun.
No, she's trying to avoid.
Yeah. I'll just say
or-
if you get to see someone who's dressed up as your dead dad, it would be
Who's
a little
actually the
awkward.
master,
Right,
Mhm.
who's the
the
master.
most hated person in the universe.
Mm-hmm. I really liked Logopolis. I liked the whole series.
Cool. So, you know what this means, right? Peoples of the universe, please attend carefully. The message that follows is vital to the future of you all. I think this is top of 8 for now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
boy,
Yep.
we got
That one's fine.
we got several master finales.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. There's some great ones to come.
There's
Yeah.
one really, really bad one though. There's a really bad one.
Oh yeah, there is. I'm looking at it now.
Yep.
But first we gotta go with. Oops, we both clicked it.
Both are doing it, yeah.
So Time Flight.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it's more racist stuff in it, but you remember that fun story I told you with the bald cap and the wig?
Yes.
I mean, that's kind of funny. But you know,
Where?
It's-
Yes, of course. Yes.
I think it's a fine episode. I think Davison's first season was pretty good, but not the best season finale. But I guess Davison doesn't really do season finales very well, as evidenced by the next one we're talking about. But
Right. Yeah, I did like these episodes. I thought they were fun. You know, they're you want to keep. I don't know. They're top of Face Above or bottom of Greatest Show in the Galaxy for me, though. It's not like it's an S tier one.
You know what? If anything's gonna dethrone Time Meddler from being at the bottom of Greatest Show in the Galaxy, it's gonna be this one, right?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, like it's a I would say it's a very good series of episodes. I
It's
like.
a good one. It's a good one. No, it's not
Yeah.
a great one. It's a good one.
Yeah.
Unlike this, the King's Demon.
And so this is the one you're talking about.
I think I
Yeah.
like this one a little better than you, but yeah, I know that you do not like Chameleon.
It's not that I don't hate him. It's
Mhm.
just there's a great big why surrounding this
Mhm.
character.
Why? Because they found him in the junkyard. That's why.
Yeah, and then it's got a curse on it. People kept dying if they associated themselves with this stupid thing,
That's true.
including the Master.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, even if you ignore Chameleon, it's a two-parter of a finale, and the main plot is basically non-existent. Everything happening.
It's kind of
Happened-
Robin. It's Robin Hood
without
without
the
Robin
Doctor in it.
Hood. Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, this is an episode where you can kind of take out all the sci-fi elements to it, and it just resolves itself.
Yeah.
So all I say is it's a good thing that this was followed by the 5 Doctors.
Yeah.
But overall, it's another one of those trash pile
That's bottom of the
bottom of the
barrel.
list episodes.
Yeah.
Do you put? I think because you liked it.
Yeah, you can put it at you can put it at the top of Not in the Name of the
I
Doctor.
mean, yeah, that makes sense. Just one of you at least liked it somewhat.
Yeah, there's parts of it I like.
Yeah.
And oh boy, the twin dilemma. Okay, so the Doctor strangles Perry to the ground,
Oh yes,
Right.
like minutes after regenerating,
'Cause he's a
and
fucking-
you find the Doctor's favorite teacher from the academy is a suicidal maniac, not a homicidal maniac,
Ooh.
and it gave us.
I would like to find a suicidal maniac. I think that'd be pretty good.
Oh, that'd be terrible.
I'm gonna do it, I swear.
Yeah, I believe you.
Yeah, it's like, put your hands up or I'm putting my hands up.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, yeah.
Nobody moves or I shoot. So yeah, back to the twin dilemma. It's an episode.
Yeah.
Like it's a.
Oh, that's good to hear.
They tried to do something revolutionary by having the Doctor regenerate in the penultimate episode, and just having Colin Baker's first episode be the season finale. Interesting idea in theory. Not the best idea in
Practice.
concept. Terrible in execution.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't a very good episode. Not a very good introduction of Colin Baker,
Yeah.
and just left people with a sour taste in their mouths about this new Doctor before he even had a full season yet. So
Yeah, they botched it.
They never tried it again.
yep. So it's
Yeah,
definitely a bottom tier,
It's bottom tier.
and might be the bottom.
I agree.
I mean, the one positive that came out of it is that it was sort of remade in Ricky Gervais's show Extras.
Really?
Yes.
With David Tennant, but yeah.
Whoa.
It's one of the funniest scenes I've ever seen in any television show is on Extras.
Do you remember the name of the Ricky Gervais alien?
No.
Schlong.
That sounds about right.
Oh yes, I have seen that clip. Okay, I've seen that clip.
Okay. Oh, we did it again.
Yep.
So, Revelation of the Daleks. I mean, it's got Davros in it. This episode explains why Davros has a metal hand in the modern series. because the Daleks blasted.
Blasted it. Yeah.
First introduction of levitation with the Daleks,
Mhm.
mostly Davros, but this also introduces us to the idea of the Dalek Civil War and the Imperial Daleks. But at the same time, it's like there's a story of like Davros taking the bodies of dead people and turning them into Daleks,
Mm.
That sounds about right.
and he's
for
putting
that.
them in the glass Dalek thing, which looks cool in concept until you get closer and realize that there's a person in there still semi-conscious. But yeah, I mean, there's some cool visual effects in this episode with the water and the sky and on the planet Necros, but yeah, I don't want to put it at
It's
the
not.
bottom.
It's not S tier. It's not an S tier.
Yeah,
episode.
sure. This might be bottom of Face of Bow. Bottom
Okay.
bow.
Yeah. Yeah, there's episodes I
And
like better than that. Sure.
and the ultimate foe from the Trial of a Time Lord series. I mean,
Mm.
so we're back in the Matrix. We get Sebulon Glitz again, and of course, the Valiard was the Doctor the whole time. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I mean, I like the attempt with Trial of a Time Lord. I think the plot twist at the penultimate episode was really good. But, you know, it's not a great season finale, but it's good.
Considering the whole season was basically this series too, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's one of the good Colin Baker TV episodes.
Good to hear.
Yeah, not S. Not sorry, not definitely not S, but not it's not
Not
bottom
A.
tier either. Yeah, no. It's Face of Bow, I think, as well.
Would you put it here?
I like the Wheel of Time better, but yeah, you can put it there if you'd like. I prefer the Cybermen, but yeah, it's fine there.
I mean, if we're not
you really like you really like that series. I know that. So
yeah, I mean, it's not again, it's not great. It's good.
yeah,
That's what I keep saying.
right.
Dragonfire. So Sebulon Glitz shows up again, and we get say goodbye Mel and hello Ace.
Yep.
I mean, this the setup of Ace's character gets better in later seasons, but it's got what's his face, Kane, played by Edward Peel, who is coming back for a Sylvester McCoy Big Finish thing, so that's something.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, so yeah, I think the concept of Ice World is really cool. This ice dragon, it's a nice, neat idea.
Kind of
It's
looks
cool.
like a one of the aliens from Alien.
Yeah, xenomorph. Yeah,
A Xenom-
It
yeah.
does.
but
By way of Power Rangers.
Ooh.
power morph,
There you go.
You got
mighty
it.
Morphino thing.
Power Rangers.
But yeah, again, I'll never be able to get over the stupid. They needed a cliffhanger, so they just had the Doctor literally hanging over a cliff for no reason. You have to get a cliffhanger.
I remember you telling me that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so dumb. Why does he do that? And the worst part of it is they actually reused the clip of it in the name of the Doctor for again no good reason, just to show that the Doctor was in danger at some point or another.
Well, then that actually was for a good reason. It did its job.
So yeah. Oh, look at that! There's another one that I missed from McCoy. But yeah, it's fine, I guess. It's not bad, but you know, I wish they didn't have that stupid literal cliffhanger scene.
Yeah.
But it's good. It's good.
Where do you figure?
I figure somewhere in the middle.
Put the
Hold
two-
on, let me just.
I don't know.
I say. Oh, there's a lot of Face of Bo ones. I'm just realizing.
That's
Getting
something
up
wrong
there.
with that. That's sometimes how it ends up.
It's getting up there.
Yeah, I'm putting it there.
I'm pretty sure we have a few more that are going to go in other ones here.
Mhm. Oh, totally.
Mm-hmm.
And now we have an episode that's literally the name of one of the tiers. It's the greatest show in the galaxy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's better than Dragonfire.
There's rapping.
What?
Yeah, there's
Really?
rapping. The Doctor plays with spoons.
Yes.
There's a werewolf in this episode.
I found out he was an actual clown from 50.
Yeah,
Who, McCoy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew that. Yeah.
not really a clown. It's more of a traveling circus performer company thing.
Hmm?
But yeah, there's that cool scene of the Doctor just talks the gods into killing themselves, and just walks away, and just casually walks with his umbrella while a tent explodes behind him. So yeah, there's cool
Yeah.
stuff in this episode. But yeah, I'd say it's another bottom A tier. I mean, you gotta put
It's got to go in its own tier.
Yeah, it's gotta go on the tier it's named after, or the
Yeah,
tier is named after
that-
it,
That's the
but
spot.
not too high.
No.
Actually, I put it over here.
Okay, fine.
And the last episode of the classic series,
Ooh,
Survival.
yeah.
Ironic.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so cheetah people, black cat vultures, the master's
The
becoming a cat.
master. Yeah.
Yeah, the doctor's disarming somebody with a finger.
Mm,
Remember that?
Yeah.
Just presses on his forehead and is like, a finger can be a deadly a weapon.
I wasn't a huge fan of this episode.
This is the dark version of this Doctor, right?
Yeah, this with the darker coat.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well,
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Yeah, they're back in England. They're in Ace's hometown. Everybody's turning into cheetahs and then hunting people and on horseback, which I thought was fun.
Yeah, cats on horses.
Yeah. Now, I wasn't a big fan of this. I would not have it high at all. But where would you place this? 50.
Even though it has this,
No, Ace! Stay still! Will you stay still? You idiots! I don't know how many times I gotta tell you not to move! You moved! You moved! Thank you! Wonderful.
If they would have kept it in, it's an S tier.
That's great.
yeah, it would be an S if they kept it in.
Hmm.
But
But they didn't.
Yeah, they did not.
would you say the lower half of the bow?
Well, definitely lower half. Yeah, you
somewhere-
could put it there. That's fine.
Yeah.
The last appearance of the master for a little while.
For a while, yes.
Mhm.
Well, until the movie, that is.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, the
Onto
movie.
the
I forgot
TV
the
show
movie.
for a while.
But so now we get into the point where Soda can actually contribute.
That's it.
Yay! Other than being
Yeah,
a
we're-
smart ass.
With Bad Wolf and the Parting of the Ways.
Hmm.
Fun fact, so the Ninth Doctor regenerates into the 10th Doctor, played by David Tennant in the episode The Parting of the Ways, and David Tennant plays the character of Bartimaeus Crouch Jr. in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire,
Hmm.
who dies in the chapter called The Parting of the Ways.
Yeah,
The
I
book.
knew that.
So There's some fun fact for you. Here's an interesting fact.
Mm-hmm.
There's my Sheldon for the day. So
I was like,
the
"Oh, I
Dalek
don't know who
Emperor
that is."
shows back up again, and Rose kills him.
Hmm.
And hey, we get to see John Barrowman's butt.
Yeah.
Almost.
Lucky us.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so there's reality TV shows in this episode. There's a massive fleet of Daleks. There's a really horrifying scene where the Daleks just kill everybody in a locked room.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's some really cool action, really cool drama, and some emotional, heartbreaking scenes.
Sure.
So and one of the best regeneration scenes in Doctor Who. So
Yep.
Sure.
so S.
Yeah. Mark.
Hey,
Oh, what is soda?
I was thinking it's A, because for me it's good, not great.
okay.
Ooh.
But I'm okay if it's closer to the bottom of S tier.
What do you say? So, Smart Snark.
One of those. Yeah, I would have had it at the bottom of S tier. I love the episode. I love everything about Eccleston's season.
I think.
So it'd be hard for me to say, I think, if you have it at the top of A tier, that's also fine. It's just, I really like Eccleston's whole entire series.
Yeah,
I think-
like I said, it's good, not great compared to what's
think-
coming up.
I think
Yeah.
based on our discussion, top of A should be good, should be well enough.
Sure.
What about Army of Ghosts / Doomsday?
Ooh, this is an S for me.
This is an S for me too. So, Daleks and Cybermen fighting each other
Yep.
What
for the
else do you
first
want?
time ever.
Yeah, we get the return of Vicky the Idiot. But we do get the last part. We get basically the farewell of Rose as a full-time companion.
Right.
Great stuff.
Introduction of Donna.
Yeah, that's right. Introduction of Donna at the very end.
Mm.
Yeah. My favorite Rose, Jackie and Doctor stuff. Fuck me, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And a Ghostbusters reference.
Yep. Who are you gonna call?
We're gonna call. So
Yeah, I would
Yes.
say S tier. Yeah.
but would you say it's above the Time Monster, Snark?
I would.
All right. Ooh.
Any higher is
Yeah, when it comes to the placement in S, I will defer to you guys because I have not seen those old ones.
yeah,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go any higher than that.
No, it's
personally.
not higher than Invasion of Time because that's a doozy of an episode.
Yeah.
Speaking of doozies, so we've got Utopia, The Sound of Drums, and Last of the Time Lords. Took me a hell of a long time to get my mouse over there, but we got there in the end. So let's hear Soda's thoughts first because he hasn't contributed much this whole episode.
So this is another S one for me. I would put it probably in the middle to lower end of S. This is really basically you hear my thoughts on this episode from last week's episode. But yeah, this is really, really good end to Martha's arc. This is John Saxon as a character. This version of the Master. is
Harold
just-
Saxon.
Harold Saxon. Right, John Saxon is the fucking the cop in Nightmare on Elm Street. God damn it.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Oh, I get it.
he's just great. His plan is basically this whole episode is this whole trilogy of episodes is amazing. The reveal that the professor is the Master was great. Finding out that the people that were trying to escape were actually being used as in nefarious ways in the third part. Yeah, this is a great episode. So for me, it's an S.
This is the ones where the Master is the Prime Minister or something like that.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And then using that torture device or whatever
Yeah.
on the Doctor.
And ages the Doctor into this really old wrinkled thing.
Yes. Yeah. Fantastic.
Yoda Gollum.
Yeah. And what happens to Captain Jack again? Keeps
Nothing.
dying.
Just crank him up. Change him up in the engine room or something.
Right.
Yeah. Great episodes.
Yeah. Laser Screwdriver. Who'd have Sonic? And the best part is, he's not dead for long. I get to kill him again.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, and it also, it's got this guy in it,
Yeah. There you go. Happy
Lucifer
birthday.
Morningstar.
Happy birthday, Lucifer.
Lucifer Morningstar.
Hmm.
So we said A, S.
He's S tier for sure.
This one I'm gonna say it's better than Invasion of Time,
Yep.
It's definitely better than Doomsday, in my opinion.
but I'm not ready to put it above War Games just yet.
No, but I think the next one might.
Oh yeah, we got The Stolen Earth and Journey's End, my favorite Doctor Who episode of all time.
Wow.
Avengers
I
episode
consider
of
them
the
both as
Doctor
one.
Who.
This is Doctor Who perfection. It is season 30 finale. It's got Davros, an armada of Daleks, the Supreme Dalek, 27 planets stolen from time and space, the
Mhm.
Medusa Cascade. We've got a crossover between Doctor Who, Torchwood, and the Sarah Jane Adventures. We've got the
The Return of
Jadoon
Rose.
showing up, the Shadow Proclamation. We got Wilfred Mott shooting a Dalek with a paintball gun.
Yeah.
Rose Tyler shows back up again. Harriet Jones, yes, we know who she is. This is just the whole package. The Doctor gets shot, regenerates, and that's the cliffhanger. And then we get back into the whole thing, and there's another Doctor in it, and then there's the Dr. Donna. I can sit here all day just talking about this episode.
And would you say probably the most heartbreaking companion departure?
Now you're putting me in a tough spot here.
But wait, but with the caveat, depending on what happens coming up.
That's why you're putting me in a tough
Okay.
situation here.
Okay.
Mm.
However, okay.
Even without the caveat, you got Jamie and Zoe, you got Joe Grant, you got the Pawns,
Yeah.
Rose, obviously. It's tough, man.
This is
Clara.
comparable
Clara.
to the Jamie and
Just
Zoe one.
hard.
This is comparable to Jamie and Zoe, except you might be able, you could argue giving that one the edge just because, like, Jamie, like, they just deposit him literally right back where he was and don't know if he died or not.
So you're thinking about putting it in the middle of the
He's
face
200
above?
years ago, so he must have died at some point, right?
You know what I mean. This is a fucking top, like, I would say, in my opinion, top, if not the top of the modern finales, definitely top 3.
I think if someone says it's his favorite episode of all time and all he does is this huge Doctor Who thing or whatever, so I'm pretty sure I'm imagining where this is going to go.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue. I would not argue against anyone for it being number 1.
The guy who does a show about it called it Perfection. Well, there you go.
It-
And
it-
it's a season finale. So there you
Yeah.
go.
It's a phenomenal episode. The Dr. Donna is one of the greatest things ever.
It's not just the season finale, it's the finale for the 30th season,
Yeah,
which only puts even more pressure on poor Shooty Gadwa because he's got to follow up that as the finale to season 40.
I have a good feeling. I
Oh,
have a
yeah.
good feeling.
Yeah, me too. He's gonna nail
he
it,
can knock it out of the park.
Yep.
and he's got RTD with him. He's
Mhm.
fine. And now we're on to the episodes written by this guy. So, the Pandorica opens and the Big Bang.
Good stuff.
I mean, you can kind of tell that Moffat was trying to follow up this. Like, it's pretty obvious. So we've got, and he's kind of also trying to one up this as well. So
Yeah.
in this episode, we have the new Daleks. We've got, the new Paradigm Daleks. We've got Cybermen, Jadoon, Sontarans, Silurians, the Hoiks,
Romans.
the Blowfish, and even a silence if you look closely enough. Oh, and yeah, Autons, and Rory's an Auton, and oh yeah, Rory's back. He's
Yeah.
alive now, and the Pandora guy and River Song is there, and just this episode has a lot.
I definitely prefer the first part compared over the second part. Both great episodes, but I like the first one better.
You know, it kind of feels like they really blew up the budget on the first one with all the mass ships and all the people and all the effects and all the costumes being there. So that's why the second one is mostly just 4 people in a 5 people if you include Amelia, but so like 5 people in an abandoned room
Until we get to the very end of the episode. Yeah.
Would you say this is an S though?
If it is, I would say it's very, very bottom. It's got some great stuff. Don't get me wrong. Like his scene with Amelia at the end, before he disappears, Amy bringing him back. Great scenes. We finding out Rory's an Auton and he can't stop the fucking dance. Rory finding out he's an Auton and not being able to stop himself killing Amy. Like there's a lot of good stuff in this episode, but
the Dalek fossil.
Yeah, exactly. There's just too much, but I don't know if it's like I don't think it's better than any of the Tennant stuff.
It isn't.
Yeah, but it's up there, but it's not doesn't surpass those.
Well, what about you, Snark?
I wouldn't have it as an S tier. I don't know if I would have it. I don't know if I would have it as high as Parting of the Ways either. But I could have it just right in behind Parting of the Ways.
So above Logopolis?
Right.
All right, cool.
Okay,
I'm fine with that.
like I said, a lot of great stuff, but as a whole episode, as a whole thing, you're right. It could be a little
The whole
much.
package. Yeah. I think Stephen Moffat kind of got a bit of a balance with the wedding of River Song.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like this one's another messy one, but not as messy as the previous one. And he actually did manage to balance out all the messiness with the story and the drama, and the conclusion to a storyline that he set up at the beginning of the season.
Yep. With a great reveal of it, and you get basically the union of River and the Doctor. Yeah, so it's a really, really good episode.
Yeah.
Which kind of begs the question: did they actually get married though?
Well, I don't know. It's a custom I've never seen, so who the hell am I to say?
I'm pretty sure it's a Hindu thing. What they're doing.
Like I said, I've never seen it.
But that's not what I mean. It's because he was a robot for most of the time, and it's a different timeline. So
Are you saying it's legally if it's legally binding or not?
Well,
but again, it's not really him. It's a robot.
unless it was him saying the words and controlling the movement.
He never
Yeah, but
denies it. Like he has so many chances to say
Yeah.
I was never married, and he never does it.
Yeah, but it's a different timeline that was erased.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's still
Like
gonna
a double negative.
Yeah, but it's the Doctor. Who we'd argue with him?
No, yeah, well. So is this an S or is this a top A?
I'm happy with the bottom of S. Yeah, it's in that same spot. Like
Yeah.
they're all gonna be in that same kind of spot. If you think it deserves to be, if you think it's an S tier episode, no one's gonna argue.
Yeah, I do think it's also would be in that same area as Snark.
Would it be above Parting of the Ways or below?
I would say so.
That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Mark?
There you go. Everybody's catching up now. 50.
Cool. Okay,
'Cause
so
I just have to take a phone call real quick, and then I will be back.
Okay.
Uh, And we're back. Totally not awkward at all. So,
The magic of the internet.
way. It's magic. Fuck you.
Wow.
Oh man, the glory days.
And so, yeah. This episode's not going to be an S, is it?
No,
Yeah. The name of the doctor.
it's a setup for what's coming up.
Yeah, which is all just, it's a setup for a bunch of things. Terrible conclusion to an iconic villain. Great to see the Paternoster gang in there, but it's just, it's another Clara fest.
Oh,
It's actually,
and
yeah. What?
and the introduction of
The War Doctor, which is great. Like, even the worst episodes can have good stuff in it. But again, it's a Clara fest. You know me.
yeah.
I'm not gonna say it's the bottom of the list, but it's
I'm not. I don't know. I'd say it's Face of Bo at highest.
the what?
I'd say it's on the Face of Bo at the highest.
It's like B tier.
Yeah, no higher than B tier.
There's a cool moment with River Song.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Put it over here.
Sure.
Yeah.
And oh boy, it does not get any better, does it? Because
Nope.
we got Dark Water and Death in Heaven. Well, the Missy reveal is iconic.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's great.
We get the little bit with the Brigadier.
Yeah, a little bit with the Brigadier. And the Doctor is now the president of the world in times of crisis. It's nice to see Gemma Redgrave back.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Always great to see Osgood get killed. But
I would put this at the bottom of Face of Bo. Like to me, this is in lower tier, but it's not good.
yeah, I agree. I mean, if Missy wasn't in it, this would be the bottom of the list.
Yeah, well, it would definitely be on the lower tier for sure.
So many questionable things in this episode. Even the Cybermen can't save this episode from being what it is.
Right.
And like again, it's the stupid Clara and Danny Pink relationship, which was a disaster to begin with.
Very weird. Very weird.
Yeah, it's. But this season was a train wreck. This next season though was stellar, but once again, this is a recurring motif with Doctor Who. Amazing S tier season, terrible finale.
Can't nail the landing.
Hellbent. Yeah, the landing is the most important part, and somehow they keep missing the mark.
It's like Indiana Jones. I can fly a plane, but can't land it.
Yep. And you know, it kind of is like the real world live Harrison Ford sometimes.
Okay.
But yeah, so this episode starts really good, really great, and then this turns into another freaking Clara fest. So I don't know. Like this episode is really half and half for me.
Well,
It's not a good one.
do you
Not
like it?
really.
Do you like it more than Death in Heaven?
I mean, it's miles ahead of Death in Heaven.
Okay, so we know where not to put it.
I've seen it, but fuck, I can barely remember it.
Get off my planet.
I don't know where a good spot to put it would be. To tell you the truth, what are you thinking, 50?
I put it right between Dragonfire and the Ultimate Foe.
Okay.
Okay, so here's an episode where Stephen Moffat actually did nail the landing a bit. World Enough in Time and the Doctor falls. So the John Sim Master is back. You get two Masters in the same episode. Bill turns into a Cyberman.
Yeah.
Now, a Mondasian ship. You have multiple versions of Cyberman fighting for to claim humanity. There's some scary body horror type stuff in this episode, and a really great final stand for the Doctor. If it wasn't for the fact that he came back the next episode with David Bradley's Doctor, but
Mm.
yeah,
But that you can't really knock it for. Not this time, anyways.
yeah,
I really like this episode.
It's a good one.
I agree.
Poor
Wish we
Bill.
got Bill. Like I agree with the general consensus. Wish we got more Bill. But what can you do?
Poor old Bill.
Yeah.
Poor Bill.
I think that's from
So-
another movie.
So isn't it Face of Bow level or
No, I'm putting Greatest Show in the Galaxy.
Yeah, me too. I wouldn't put it in the higher end of it, but
Yeah, you could put it after the Meddling Monk, I think. I think that's a good spot for it.
I'm fine with that. Jodie Whittaker's first season finale, The Battle of Ranskor Kolos.
Hmm
That's a mouthful of a name. It's fine. It's
Yep.
fine. It's nice to see Tim Shaw back.
Tim
Ryan
Shaw.
goes into a dark place and then Ryan turns him away from it. There's some cool location shooting, interesting concepts, but overall, it's a fine. Like, I mean, I'm definitely in the camp that Jodie Whittaker's first season had more hits than misses.
Hmm
This is not one of the hits, though.
Right.
no, arguably that episode belongs to Rosa.
Yep,
Well, yeah,
And-
obviously.
and Demons of the Punjab.
Oh, that's good as well. Again, it's an episode I like. There's very few that I dislike with Jodie's Doctor. I don't think it's an amazing episode at all.
Yeah, because it isn't.
So I'm thinking near the top of Face of Bow, the very highest, the bottom of Greatest Show in the Galaxy. But I'm thinking
The very highest of bottom.
right.
The higher
Very-
end.
yeah,
Yeah.
at the right, well, at the Face of Bow is like, would I put it like above the Wheel in Time
Wheel in Space.
or Wheel in Space, I should say?
We...
Probably.
I would put it above Wheel in Space,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even above Shada too.
Okay.
Shut up.
Good.
Right, because now we've got probably the most controversial Doctor Who episode of all time, with Ascension of the Cybermen and the Timeless Children.
Mm.
Yeah, people
Yep.
loved that when that came out, right? Okay, so positives. There we get to see part of the Cyber Wars. There's some really cool Cybermen action in there.
Yes.
There's Cyber Time Lords now.
Mm-hmm.
There's I like the Ireland flashbacks played throughout the episode. The
Mhm.
Master shows up again, which is great. And then, of course, there's the reveal of the Timeless Child, the true history of Gallifrey and Time Lord mythology, and the Doctor's personal involvement in it, and where the Doctor came from, which we may never know. The introduction of Tech Dayun. There's a lot in this episode. There's another TARDIS. There's a great cliffhanger with the Doctor being arrested and taken to space jail by the Jadoon.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what? Even if you ignore the controversy of the Timeless Child, it's an okay plus episode in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And it looks good.
I love the scene of this just the 13th Doctor and the fugitive Doctor talking to each other in the Matrix, and then the Doctor literally using the history of the show to break out of the Matrix. That's a cool scene. Very cool visual.
The
Really feel sorry for the poor editor who had to edit that. What did you say, Soda?
So that look right there of the Cybermen.
Yeah, the Cybermen look amazing. Both these and the ones before that.
Mm-hmm.
The Cyber Wars Cybermen was also from this episode. Oh yeah, Ashad, the lone Cyberman, who's still in this episode.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But to each their own. I think it's definitely a lot better than the previous one. This
Yep.
one I would put in Greatest Show in the Galaxy territory,
Mm-hmm.
but I think around the middle. Like from looking at this list, I put it above the Time Meddler and below Green Death.
Sure. Yep.
Cool. And the last one we're going to talk about today,
Yeah.
The Vanquishers, the conclusion of the seasonal arc known as The Flux. The Flux was pretty messy. It's got some good stuff in it, a lot of good stuff in it, as a matter of fact. But yeah, so I just think this episode was really trying to wrap up too many storylines together. With the three doctors suddenly appearing, the Doctor's secret backstory with Swarm, which we never really learned too much about.
Right.
No idea who this character Azul is supposed to be. The Grand Serpent probably shouldn't have been in there. You got to resolve the Flux. You got the Sontarans, Daleks, and Cybermen. The fate of the Lupari, Vinder, and what's her face? What was the name of the other character? I don't even remember. But
this is the most recent one.
Yeah, and of course, Yaz, Dan, and Eustachius Jericho meet back up with the Doctor. Can't remember the name of that crazy wacko from the tunnels beneath the Earth thing. It's got that cool moment of the Sontaran eating chocolate, which has become iconic now. It's a meme now, but. And they kind of leave with the TARDIS being disfigured and dismembered, which only gets resolved in the next episode. I don't know what to tell you. It's
They took a lot. They just grabbed the entire pot of spaghetti, threw the entire thing against the wall to see what would stick.
Yeah, they threw the spaghetti with the kitchen sink at the wall.
Oh my gosh!
This was the Flux, basically. They put the spaghetti in the kitchen sink and threw everything against the wall with it.
Yeah. Oh.
I enjoy the hints at the House of Longborough, which never really get resolved. Tecteun is killed off for no reason after they finally just established the character properly, not through flashbacks. I like the idea of sentient time. But yeah, this episode's pretty messy. And I think it really would have helped if the Flux was longer and had more episodes. But considering they shot it during a global pandemic,
Right.
you gotta give them at least a little bit of credit for what they did.
Yep.
So we put Jodie's first season finale in the B tier. We put Jodie's second season finale in the A tier. I'd say this is somewhere down the middle. What do you say,
Yeah.
Snark? You've seen
Yeah,
this one?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, it's better than the first.
Better than the first, not as good as the second, but
Maybe on the ass end of A tier.
yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. So this is our list. This is our list of our favorite Doctor Who season finales. All 39 of them.
It's a lot.
Yep.
That's a lot.
So, Obviously, the next season finale is going to be season 40, which, as we discussed, should be something pretty major.
Which,
A
hold on.
lot- What?
Can we get some? Take a second to do. How weird is it? That's already filmed.
Yeah, it is.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah,
there's
they're
a
going
lot.
on his second. They're going on
They're
his
filming
second.
the second season. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's good.
and I'm pretty sure Murray Gold is also on for the second season as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And you know what? This might be nothing. Could be nothing. I'm probably getting too worked up over this, but
Okay.
I don't think I've heard anything about the I can't remember the name of the new companion.
Monday.
Ruby Sunday's the character.
Yeah. Nobody has. Nobody has. So there's speculation that she's not making it past the season, but we won't know.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah.
but you know what? That is a story for another time. So, who wants to do plugs first?
I'll go ahead. It looks like Soda was itching for me to go. You'll talk. I can talk about Let's Get Ready Network after Snark weekends over on the Let's Get Ready Network channel. That's the show I do with my buddy, that Brazilian guy Danny. We just talk about whatever basically we want to talk about. Except these days we have to come up with some kind of title because now we're putting it on YouTube, so we have to think of something beforehand. So I think this past week we talked The Marvels. I don't know what we'll be talking about this weekend, but we'll
That
talk
still
something.
hasn't come to my feeder yet.
Oh, really? So strange. What else? The Rewatchers Council, guys, my Buffy the Vampire Slayer full rewatch series. Will be discussing the 4th episode, Teacher's Pet, this week. It'll come out on Thursday. And I usually do the starting 11 as well. That's the English Premier League podcast that we do. But it's international break, so I got the week off of doing that. And I'll be on, I guess, this very program in the near future talking about Big Finish stuff.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
Sora.
You can find me at my personal Instagram and Twitter. It's soda_the_saxman. Find me here doing my usual shenanigans with 50 and over on the So Dagon Wrestling channel.
Oh, yeah.
Cool. And you can find me talking even more Doctor Who on my own YouTube channel, 50 Shades of Geek. I do weekly reviews of every single Doctor Who episode from 1963 all the way to 2022. I might have a certain announcement about that tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. But yeah, you can also check me out on this channel where I do this show every Monday and Fun Reflect with Soda every Thursday. And you can also check out all the other channels from the wider Benverse at large, like Something to Talk About, Galaxy Geeks, Multiverse of Geekdom, Movie Lovers Unite, The Midnight Cinema, 8-Time Reviews, and of course In the Front Row, which is still not pictured in this thumbnail. So yeah, that's it for us for now. And until the next one, everybody, in the words of Missy herself,
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
goodbye.